Every year, the Variety Club Sporting Awards honour someone who has truly fought and beaten the odds, and our next winner certainly did just that. This year, she completed a truly incredible journey, so let's find out now about our Courage Award winner.
The 2006 award for Outstanding Courage goes to a woman whose tenacity, bravery and strength of mind catapulted her into the record books earlier this year. She sailed round the globe the wrong way, against the prevailing winds and currents, and became the first woman ever to complete this challenge. Her first involvement in a round-the-world yacht race was in 2004, when Dee Caffari skippered a crew around the globe in the same boat, Aviva, that she was to use for her solo voyage. And it was during this period that her solo challenge was presented to her.
I was actually at the time one of the 12 global challenge skippers in Sir Chay Blythe's race around the world, and he suggested that that would be my next step after the race. It was a huge step to take from being a racing boat with a crew of 17 to suddenly be alone on board my yacht and be the only yacht doing the voyage at the time.
Dee set off from Portsmouth in November last year to embark on what was to be a life-changing and at some moments life-threatening journey. With a sense of calm and quiet confidence that demonstrates nerves of steel, Dee describes just one of the many moments she endured that would have absolutely terrified most of us.
I got stuck up the mast on a rig climb. I only got halfway, and through a safety decision I decided to come back down, but I struggled to change from ascending to descending and actually spent an hour and a half doing a good ragdoll impression around the mast before I got back down. I was actually quite scared for my personal well-being, especially when you're scared of heights like I am.
On May the 17th, 2006, after a 29,297-mile voyage that had lasted 178 days, 3 hours, 6 minutes and 5 seconds, Dee sailed into Southampton to be greeted by hundreds of well-wishers, including the Princess Royal, Sir Chay Blythe and, of course, Dee's mother.
The finish line was a real emotional point for me. It was almost as if I was quite upset that my time in my 72-foot world had come to an end and I was going to have to share my life with other people again. But it was almost a relief that I was no longer responsible for myself and the yacht again. But I think I was just completely overwhelmed that I'd actually sailed into the history books and my name was amongst other people that I'd read about and admired as a child growing up.
And there will be generations of young sailors to come, especially female ones, who will read about and admire this role model, Dee Caffari. She took on and conquered the world's powerful and magnificent but dangerous oceans and demonstrated extraordinary determination and courage every mile of her journey and every day of her 6-month isolation.
There was a point called Point Nemo, which is in the Southern Ocean, and it's just between South America and New Zealand. And at that point, I'm the furthest point from civilization that you can be on the planet. And the closest people to me at that time were in the space station. Courage is very difficult to define. Everybody has different levels of courage and people are overcoming obstacles in their lives every day. Courage to me is about seeing something through to the end, no matter what you have to go through on the way. So we can all do it and we've all got courage within us.
And it is to recognise exactly those sentiments that the Variety Club Sporting Award for Outstanding Courage goes to Dee Caffari.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately Dee can't be with us this evening because she's currently taking part in the Pure Tasmania Challenge Down Under. But to accept the award on her behalf is the man who inspired Dee to this amazing challenge, Sir Chay Blythe, the first man to complete that voyage. Just a couple of words, Sir Chay, if we may, because you know what it's like to go through what she went through. What is the thing that you fear the most?
Well, I think she had it a lot tougher than I had. My journey was comparatively easy compared with hers. Hers was a much bigger boat. The equipment was bigger and stronger and much more powerful. I think the worst thing is when you go through the ice fields, you get very little sleep, and you've got to be aware, because if you hit a little bit of ice, it's not too bad. It just bounces down the side of the boat. It's the big ones you have to worry about.
And as she said on that film there, do you feel a little bit sad when it's over because it's just been you and the elements for so many months?
Well, there is that too. It's certainly, you do come back and you think, well, it's all over and you've got to get back to life. And then, of course, you meet the Inland Revenue again.
So, Jay, thank you very much indeed.